since I did a video, and I do apologise if you're crazy busy. But I thought I would start a new series. I've been having some fun cleaning out my makeup drawers. It's amazing how quickly they get out of control. And I've also been going through my kit and just updating it with some of the new products, so therefore it means some of the old products come out, which I then have the dilemma of what on earth do I do with all these testers. So anyway, what I thought I would do was I would come up with a little program for myself. I love setting little goals for myself. I'm a big believer in setting small weekly goals. I don't like setting big goals unless it's something really, really important, but I love to do little ones because I feel it's so much easier to maintain it and keep on track. Anyone can do something for 7 days, so I'm always setting little mini 7-day goals, and that's just the way I love to do it. So what I've set myself is you know how sometimes you get, well maybe you don't, but if you're in the makeup business you get so much makeup that sometimes you forget what you've got, and they can be favourites or they can be things that you didn't quite so enjoy as much, or you've just forgotten that you even had down in the dungeon of your drawer. So what I'm going to do is actually just have a bit of a burrow through all of my stash and pick out some items that I want to use and re-familiarise myself with, and really concentrate on using those products for the week. And I'm not allowed to use anything other than what I've picked on my Sunday night pick out. So I've created myself a little basket. So here it is here. Hopefully I can show it to you without spilling it everywhere. So this is everything that I would need for the week. And there's some favourites in there, there's some new products, there's some old products, there's a real mixture in there. And today is Monday, and my plan is that I will every Sunday night just pick out some products. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to do it weekly or fortnightly, we'll just see how I go for timing, but I'm going to try and show you weekly what I've picked out, and then at the end of the week, before I start showing you the next week's ones, I'll give you a bit of a quick mini review on some of the products that I really loved or really didn't love. So just anything that really stands out. So I've already gone through last night and picked out all these products. I wanted to film this video last night, but I couldn't. I had shocking hay fever. It's been really windy here and my eyes were just streaming. I had to go and take my makeup off. It was just, it was not a good look at all. So I thought, no, I'll have to wait till today. So today's makeup look is with all the new products, or all the products that I picked last night. So I am wearing them today, and I so far have really loved just reusing some products I haven't tried for a very long time. So let's get on to it. So I won't do them in any particular order, but I'll try and find the order that I put things on just to make it a little bit easier. One of the products that I've got here is the Oil Mattifier. I have a very oily skin, so I absolutely love this product. I just put it in my T-zone. The other one, the next product that I put on is a primer. At the moment I'm using up this NYX Photo Loving Primer. This one's anti-redness. I bought this one in the States when I was over there. I didn't have a primer with me, or the Mary Kay one, so I bought this one. And this one's really nice. I would have to say that this one and the Mary Kay one are almost identical. This one is supposed to be for anti-redness, and I chose this because for some reason when I'm in photographs I always end up with red marks on my face, and you can't see them in real life, but they always show up in photographs and I can never figure out why. So I thought, well, maybe this will help, because I was on holiday, so obviously we were taking a lot of snapshots. So yeah, that's why I chose this one, but really liked it. And I would have to say, apart from the fact that it's green inside the tube, it is exactly the same as the Mary Kay one. It has the same feel, same texture, does the same job, so loving that. The next thing I've got here is, this is an oldie. This is the Mary Kay Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Beige 302. This is normally just a little bit dark to me, and full coverage is for people with a slightly drier skin, but I'm trying to use it up. This was left over from my testers when we changed over to the new formula, so it's been in my drawer for a wee while. And I do really like it. I'm wearing it today, as long as I set it with a powder and I make sure that I have my oil blotting tissues with me, because I do find I get a little bit oilier faster with this, but other than that it seems to be fine. I've used it before in the past and it doesn't break me out or anything like that, so I'm more than happy to use it. It is quite yellow, so I really can only use it in summer when I'm using self tanner, so it kind of really does blend everything in. So the other thing that I've just shown you, of course, is oil blotting tissues. These are in my makeup bag for in my handbag, as well as some on my vanity. It cannot live without these. I absolutely love these little tissues. What else we got in here? We've got a beige concealer. Now I am an ivory skin tone, but this beige concealer is the old formula and it is exactly the same colour as the foundation. It matches it perfectly. And if you saw my empties video, I think in December, I changed out my ivory concealer and I really talked about how it's amazing how products can change as they get older, and I was really impressed with the new formula. So I thought, well, I must get this out of my kit. So this is where this come from. It's been in my kit. And it is quite dry. It's, you know, it's really past its date. There's not much left in there, but I thought, well, while I'm using this foundation, probably a drier concealer is going to be a little bit good. And I've just been putting it on my nose and my chin, where foundation tends to not last quite so long during the day in the summertime. So I put this on underneath. And then on the top there I've got Mary Kay Facial Highlighting Pen in shade 2, and it's one of these. It looks like a, you know, it's got a little brush, you click it and the product comes out, and I use this for under my eyes. I really like this, although I have to say now that I've used this one, I actually probably prefer beige, the shade 1. Shade 1 is more pink. I've always had the pink one and I've always really wanted to try shade 2 because I thought it would blend much nicer, but actually I prefer shade 1. So just because it really brightens under the eyes. But this one does too, and it looks very nice. And then what else have we got? Oh, something I'm trying to use up to set everything is my Mary Kay Pressed Mineral Powder in Ivory 2. Absolutely love this. As you can see, it's nearly all gone and it's getting quite hard to get into the corners there, but I'm determined to get a bit more out of it before its little life is over. We have, of course, my everyday favourite is the eye primer. Cannot live without this product. This is the best eye primer ever. I've got a bronzer. The bronzer I picked was, I've got so many bronzers in my drawer, it's not funny, but the one I picked to use this week is the one that we launched at the beginning of last year. It's called the Sheer Dimensions powder, and this is in the colour Chiffon. It's a really nice powder. It's such a pretty swirly effect. It just, to me, it looks like a piece of chocolate. It just looks beautiful. It's extremely pigmented. You do not need much. You do have to be really, really careful when you're applying it. Well, I do anyway, just because I am so fair. So I really only use a tiny little bit for cheekbones, forehead, and then put it all over my chest as well. So I absolutely love this powder. I also have a couple of cream blushes. What I tried to do is, when I was picking out the products for the week, I tried to pick some warm colours and some pink cooler tone colours, so that I've got some options throughout the week. And I've talked about this one before. This one is a cream blush. Sorry, I don't know what the colour is because I took it out of the compact, but it's from one of the Floral Fantasy little palettes that we used to have, and I still actually do have these. This is a really beautiful, delicate, sort of a coral peach colour. Absolutely love this. It's got a gold shimmer through it, but very, very gentle. And then the matching blush that I picked was this one. And one of my absolute favourites. It's also a coral, and this one's called Coral Sunrise, so absolutely love that blush. And if I try to remember, I'm terrible at remembering to do cream blushes, but I really like the idea of putting on my cream blush first and then putting a powder blush over the top, just to really hold the colour throughout the day, so that, you know, because I do have an oilier skin, makeup tends to break down and fade throughout the day. So I'm really trying to, you know, set it up so that you can get a good, you know, 10 hours worth out of your makeup look without it fading. And then for pink tone, what I've picked is, I picked this one here. Sorry if some of these products are a bit old. We still do have some of them, but not all of them. This one is a cream blush, and it's a beautiful sheer pink. It's actually called Sheer Bliss. Absolutely love this colour. I took this around the States with me. It's such a beautiful pink. It looks gorgeous just with your bronzer. It just looks so natural. Absolutely love that one. And then for my powder blush, I picked this one, which is Pink Petals, which is a beautiful baby pink matte blush. Absolutely love this one. So this is the one that I'm wearing today. So that's the blushes. For some eyeshadows, I went with two different looks. I picked this little compact here. I've had this one for so long. It's actually the the little plastic or the glass bit fell out of the thing, so it's actually broken, so I have to be really careful with it in my drawer because I keep gouging it with my finger. But beautiful purples, golds, and a lovely taupe colour there, so I picked that for some colour. And then for neutrals, I filled a compact. I don't think you can see this one, but this one's coal. I've got coal, granite, polished stone, which is one of the new ones, absolutely love that. Hazelnut, which is such a beautiful mid-tone brown, everyone needs hazelnut. Silky caramel is fantastic for blending, it's a really great transition colour, just, you know, to blend out through your crease. And there's a tiny little bit left of moonstone, so I'm trying to use that one up, which I use for the inner corners of my eyes and up under the eyebrow. So those are the neutrals that I picked, and I'm using those today. For eyeliners, I picked to match with what I've got. We've got black eyeliner, of course, everybody's standard. And then I've also got this one, which is really old. This is the Signature range in Violet. And I've had this one for a long time. It still works beautifully. It's still creamy and everything, but it is broken and it keeps popping out. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to put up with that. But that one I picked to go with my purple looks, of course. I have my eyebrow pencil in brunette. Absolutely love this colour. It is fine while I'm colouring my hair a bit darker because it's got slightly reddish tone to it, but once I go lighter again, I'll have to go back to the blonde ones. And then we also have here, I've got this one is another old favourite. This is the cream highlighter. Absolutely love this. Mine's looking a little bit messy now, but it's just called cream highlighter. It doesn't have a shade, and it's a beautiful bronzy and a champagne-y colour, and I've swirled all mine together now, but just gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell along the tops of your cheekbones there, so love that little highlighter. And then for lips, we have a lip liner, and I haven't used this colour for so long. It's the lip liner in Dusty Pink. Just a really pretty berry pink. Almost, if you put it with a clear gloss or a champagne-y type gloss, it's almost like lip colour, your natural lip colour. It doesn't have a lot of colour to it at all. The other one I picked is also an old favourite. As you can see, there's not much left of this little thing. And this was a lip crayon, and it was in Blush Blossom. It's a bit hard to tell the difference here, but the Dusty Pink one is obviously the pink tone. This Blush Blossom is a beautiful neutral tone. And it's soft. I mean, it's much softer than a lip liner. You could wear it on your own, although I find it just a tad dry, but you could if you wanted to. For lips also, I picked 3 lipsticks. We've got, for the neutral tones, I've got Apricot Glaze, which is an oldie favourite. It's just a beautiful, soft, peachy colour on the warm tone. And then we've got this one, which is not much left of this baby. That's it. That's all I've got left. So by the end of this week, this one will be gone, and this one is in Pink Satin, now discontinued. A little bit too lolly pink for me on its own, but I'm wearing it today over the top of that lip liner and with a gloss, and it just makes it a perfect pink. It's also really nice with this gloss here that I've been loving, Teddy Bear. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, Teddy Bear, one of the new ones from the Christmas range. Absolutely love that over the top as well. It just softens it. And then for something darker, in case I was going out this week, we always live in hope, but you never know, I might want to wear something darker, is I picked Velvet, which is a gorgeous dark, not quite red, but a real dark berry sort of a colour. So love that one. And also, because I am wearing lip liners again, I love my lip primer to go over my lips. This is just a beautiful, it's not waxy, but it puts a nice coating over the lips, and then your lip liner just glides on. Plus it stops gloss from bleeding and things like that. And the other lip gloss that I chose in the pink tones was this one from the Christmas range in Pink Pagoda. Absolutely love this. The more you put on, the pinker it gets. So if you just want it quite sheer, you just put on a couple of layers. If you want it to get pinker, you just keep putting some more on. Beautiful. And then lastly, for eyes, I forgot to do this one, is we've got some eye primer. Not eye primer, lash primer. I forget to use this. It's really good, and it makes your eyelashes grow. Like, I really find they thicken when I'm using it, but it's an extra step, and that's what I hate. It's an extra step that I just can't be bothered. It's a clear gel, so it's quite hard to put on because you can't really see where you're putting it. And it has this interesting wand where it's got like white cotton fabric weaves through it, and that really holds the product. And the idea is you coat your lashes with this first, and then while it is still wet, curl them, and then put your mascara on before it dries. And it really helps your mascara to lengthen, look thicker, help your lashes get fuller, because I just find they don't fall out as fast, so I really do like it. I just keep forgetting to put it on, so I'm really making an effort this week to use that. And then of course my favourite mascara is the Ultimate in Black. Love that one. And then of course a daily staple to finish it all off is my Mary Kay makeup finishing spray. Absolutely love this. It helps to keep it fresh all day, and because I wear a lot of powders to soak up oils and everything, this just stops it from looking powdery. So love this stuff as well. So there you go, that was my makeup basket. Hope you found that helpful. I love watching what everyone else is wearing as well. And like I said, I will wear all of these colours and nothing else for the rest of the week. So hopefully that should make makeup application a little bit easier throughout the week in the mornings. And I will update you at the end of the week on how I went with some of those products, and show you what I'm planning to use next week. So hope you're all having a great week, and look forward to catching up with you all again really soon. Thanks guys, bye!